And Slanjivar, everybody. This is Conrad Zen, former Bitcoin Foundation member, Schiller of Bitcoin Hex, and now the greatest protocol of all time, the DeFi giant, PulseZen. Well, first of all, let's kick off with a wee dram, and today we are drinking the Royal Oak, HMS Royal Oak, brewed in St. Lucia to commemorate the Battle of Sir Admiral Rodney. And I'll just say a very quick cheers. What a fantastic week it has been. Amazing flavors. It is actually distilled in what's called a two-story coffee distiller. And that was actually invented by an Irishman whose job throughout his entire life was to raid illegal distilleries in Ireland. And with all that knowledge he garnered, when he retired, he created his own distillery. And it was so successful that it was exported around the world, and particularly to the Caribbean, where, of course, the center of rum making has coexisted with the sugar industry since it all started. And the other interesting thing about rum is it gets its flavor by being contained in American white oak casks. That's what gives it its distinct flavor. It ages in these casks, which is pretty amazing, isn't it? It's from the Caribbean, but we've got American flavors throughout the Caribbean because we live in a very connected world, but we live in a very tribal world as well. And I want to talk briefly about that today. You see, when people get confused, they tend to get very, very anxious, and they tend to withdraw into a tribe. They tend to withdraw and be with other people who they think are like them. And they start acting on emotion and not logic. And the problem with withdrawing into their existential bubble, if you like, is it prevents them from going outside of the norm and looking at potential opportunities, because they don't want to be seen as the outlier of the group. And rather than doing any work or research, they'll just listen to the loudest voice in a group. Mr. Z said this is a scam, therefore it must be a scam, even though it seems to be actually working and it's doing exactly what it says, but I can't get involved because that looks like I might make money. And Mr. XYZ said that this is a scam, therefore it must be a scam, and that's it. They never partake in the opportunity that's being presented to them. And this is the problem with looking at investing from an emotional point of view instead of a logical point of view. Look at all of the cryptocurrencies that are out there. Some are a little bit shaky, some are a little bit shady, some are downright scams. But the thing is, there is a wide variety of protocols available to you, and the reason for that is you will find one that fits your particular circumstances. PZEN is a compounding reward system that pays you while you sleep. It is compounding rewards on steroids, and I'm going to go through that again today just to explain a little bit more about the opportunity, because some of you are still a little bit confused about what this is all about. There's been a lot of comments, of course, through other communities. And again, I think a lot of this comes from a mindset of scarcity. They think that because we have offered a different way, we think a superior way, but a different way, they tend to want to just huddle up into their own tribes because they think that there isn't enough money to go around. They think that if people put money into PulseZen, they won't be able to put it into that protocol. Well, nothing could be further from the truth. How could we possibly funnel all the economic energy into one cryptocurrency? It doesn't make any kind of sense whatsoever. It's like if you're a football supporter, what if all the other teams disappeared and you just had one team, say Manchester United? I just pulled that out of the air. I'm not a football fan. So we have one team, Manchester United. What happens then? You go and play a match. Oh, we won. We're the greatest. Or we lost. it was all a cheat and a scam and all that sort of thing. It's nonsense. You have to have healthy competition in the market. And the fact of the matter is, there is no scarcity of money. And what you really should be looking at, and you really need to do a little bit of work, because getting into cryptocurrency is not that easy. The governments, the financial regulators, and the bankers don't want you to know about this asset class. Look, the whole world economy seems to be on the verge of collapse. You need to take action. You need to do something about it to not only preserve your wealth in this bear market, but to grow it. And that's exactly what PZEN was invented for. But how do you get the right information? Look, I want to take you through a little exercise, because I've been there a long time ago, over 40 years ago. I was an investment advisor. And so you'd phone up a chap like me and you say, right, I want to make some money. I've got a little bit of cash. What do I do? Here is what he is going to say. I'm going to save you the consultation fee, or in fact, the commission fees that you would pay to an investment advisor should you want to go and see one today. This is exactly what you are going to hear. Now, the first thing I'd like to know is, well, first of all, can you hear me? Can you put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me? Oh, this is not looking good. Nobody's got a 1. Has it all failed? Are we not getting any sound today? I've been talking to myself. Somebody give me a 1 in the chat. Thank you. Austin, thank you so much. I think there's just a bit of a delay, a bit of a lag there. So without further ado, let me just take you through what an investment advisor would say. But first of all, I want to know, how old are you? I'd like to know how old the majority of the people are in this chat. So you don't have to give me your exact age, but are you in your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, or 60s, or really ancient like me? Just put it in the chat so I can have an idea of who I'm talking to. Tiz is almost my age. Jack, 30, 39. All right, so we've got a good mix from 30 up to the good old age of 70 odd. So I'm going to go through the whole thing, so bear with me. It's going to take about 10 minutes. So this is from a book that I think that everybody has read or should read. It's from The Millionaire Next Door. And they try to explain the 7 factors of wealth. Now, here is what they think will make you wealthy. You live below your means. You allocate your time, energy, and money efficiently. Your financial independence is more important than buying Lamborghinis. Their parents did not provide economic outpatient care. Their adult children tend to be economically self-sufficient, and they are proficient in targeting market opportunities, and they choose the right occupation. Well, this is quite an old philosophy for sure, but these are what they think are the traits of wealthy people. However, if you were to go to your financial planning advisor, he would look at you and ask you your age first of all, and let's say you're in your 20s, all right? So he'll tell you, well, don't spend so much, right? Don't get into debt. Save first and spend whatever is left and all the rest of the jazz. I'm not going to go through all this thing, but I'm going to give you some very interesting figures. If you're 20 and you want to have $1 million in the bank by the time you're 65, you have to save $95 a month. And that is assuming a 10% return, 10 to 12% return. $95 a month. If you save that in your bank, you will come out with $1 million by the time you're age 65. Now, if you're 25, that actually shoots up to $158 a month at interest rates of 10 to 12%. Now, if you're a bit older, let's say you're in your 30s, that figure shoots up to $270 a month. Once you get up to 35, you have to save $452 a month. And this is all leading to the property of compound interest. the longer you save, the longer you have to save, the more that you will make. Now, moving on. Okay, I'm not going to go into the financial pyramid planning stuff, but we'll just look at the amount of money you have to save to get $1 million in the bank by age 65. If you're 40, you need to save $780. And if you're 45, you need $1,351 a month saved in the bank. In the bank, every single month to have any chance of reaching anywhere near $1 million by the time you want to retire. Now, this is where it gets a little bit frightening. I'm not going to go through the financial planning, but I will show you the figures. If you are age 50 right now and you want to have $1 million in the bank, you know, just a normal savings, well, not a normal savings account, you'll have to invest the money somewhere. You've got to invest $2,480 a month to have any chance of getting $1 million for retirement. And $1 million ain't going to go that far. If you're age 55, you need a staggering $5,000 a month saved every single month for the next 10 years in order to reach your $1 million goal. It's starting to get very, very frightening. And of course, when you start getting to my age, okay, it's practically impossible because by the age of 60, you should have already saved $740,000. And in order to actually reach maybe 2 million by age 65, you'd have to have 1.5 million in the bank with a 6% return. These figures are staggering. And so when you start looking at all this, how do I get to $1 million? Well, those are the figures based on the interest rates today. Now, we all know that cryptocurrency is the highest appreciating asset class that there is. Some people don't even know about that. In fact, 96% of the world's population have never even heard of cryptocurrency. That gives you an idea of how early you are into this whole game. We are so early. And as things progress in the next year or two, we're going to see trillions of dollars flowing into cryptocurrencies. Do not believe the naysayers who say that cryptocurrency is going to be legislated out of existence. They can't stop us. It's impossible. The genie is out of the bag, and we are just going to go from strength to strength. All it requires is education. Education. You just need to do a bit of research. Look, it's not easy to get into this game, but once you've learnt the steps, then boy, it will change your life. Now, what we're looking at here is the formula to work out what PZEN is actually doing every single day for you, okay? Now, it's a very simplified formula because the math is so complicated, and I don't want to bore you because at the end of the day, all we care about is that the balance goes up. We're in crypto to make money. I'm not a maximalist for PulseZen in any way, shape, or form. I hold Hex. I got a lot of people into Hex in my 3 years of producing video content and doing conferences and talks around the globe as it happens. But PulseZen, being a very different protocol, it doesn't require a lockup. It doesn't require any staking whatsoever. You just get rewards by holding PulseZen in your pocket. So this is the basic formula. I'm going to run through just the nominal figures that we've used. We had volumes of up to $1 million a day at the very beginning. We will get back to those volumes, I'm absolutely sure, but it is creeping up. And today, for example, the volume is around $80,000. Now, as time goes on, the initial coin total supply of 880 million is dwindling and is very quickly going to come down to 600 million by various mechanisms, which we'll explain as we go along. And we've taken today's price of 0.006. Basically, what that means is if you hold 1 million PZEN in your wallet, you own a certain percentage of the total supply. And at the moment, those figures work out. You're getting around between 200 and 450 PZEN a day into your wallet. It's very difficult to calculate exactly, but those are the figures. Now, Look at the magic that is happening here. Let's go for the 450 PZEN. We know that the rough price today is around 0.006. Now, if my math is correct, I think that's around $2.70 per day. Somebody do the maths quickly if you don't, if that's not right. It might not be right. I'm doing it in my head. So that's about $985 a year. Now let's just say that you listened to me and you got in, or your friends told you to get in, and you bought your 1 million PZEN at a paltry 0.0048. That was an investment from you, an opportunity taking action by you of $4,800. That was your economic energy. Now, right there, those figures already are giving you an average, and it only can be an average, of 20% APY per year. That is phenomenal. And don't forget, this is doing nothing. You buy PZEN and you simply hold it in your wallet. Now, I'll just remind everybody, you should be using a hardware wallet connected through your MetaMask or any other wallet. But you must use a hardware wallet. You must protect yourself. Anyway, there's 20%. Now, here is the real magic of what's happening behind the scenes. Let's just use a figure of, you got 450 PZEN today, right? So your million became 1,450,000 PZEN. Because you've got to understand that then it compounds not monthly, not weekly, but it compounds after every single transaction. And that means that your market share goes up after every transaction. So you get even more PZEN. But wait, there's more, okay? Your market share went up and you get more because of it. And then there is the burn function. After every transaction, a certain percentage of all the tokens are burnt. They're sent to a wallet, destroyed, never to be seen again. And what that means is that your market share goes up again. And that is the power, this magical power of compounding rewards. It is real compounding. It's not convoluted. It's not made up. It's not made to look like compounding. It is compounding in the real sense of the word. It is a phenomenal protocol, and it doesn't matter what people say about the code, because I prefer function over aesthetics. Let me say that again. I prefer functionality over aesthetics. So if we fast forward here, let's say that we're now generating 500 PZEN a day through the pay it forward function, and the price has gone back up to 0.01. That means that if you look at the US dollar value of all this stuff, right there and then, don't forget, this is not a prediction from me about what is going to happen. This is a possibility. This is a possibility of the protocol. It's designed to do this. Whether it does or not, we don't know. But it is designed to do this. Bear that in mind. No financial advice, no financial projections at all. I am known for my balls of steel. I do not have a crystal ball. But here is the possibility. Look, 500 a day, 0.01, that's $5 a day. That's equivalent to $1,825 a year. And of course, now if you do the math, we get an astonishing 38% APY. And look, that sounds familiar, but there's no lockup. There's no staking. If anything happens to you, your money is entirely under your control. You can do with it as you wish. Every single day you have the ability to make the decision about what you're going to do with your money. That is the promise of decentralized finance. You're not supposed to lock it up. You're not supposed to stake it. You're supposed to have it in a wallet that you control, that you have complete control over 24 hours a day. And that is the other thing that we wanted to design, and we took away and we copied what other people had done and made it better. It was an iteration. And so I want to show you something now. Are you following me so far, or am I boring you? Because let me show you something here now. We showed you before about how much you would have to save as a 30-year-old to achieve $1 million in your bank account after 35 years of hard graft, saving every single month, and finally you're ready to retire with your, $1 million. But look at this. The promise of compounding rewards. If you were able to achieve a market share today of 1 million PZEN, if you held it throughout those 35 years at 38% APY, which is entirely possible, you would end up with not $1 million in your bank account, but $377,580,242.82. Let me repeat that figure again because it's astronomical. $377,580,242.82. Do you understand why now I am so excited about how this protocol works and how it can work for the ordinary guy and gal? This is the protocol for the common people. This is the wealth distribution protocol that we have been waiting for all of our lives. So I hope you're getting to understand the power of this. Really, nobody's really talking about the power of what PZEN is all about because they're too lazy. They want their 10 minutes of fame. They don't understand there's no scarcity. So I've been talking about the potential interest, the compounding reward system rather, that is inherent and inbuilt into the code of PZEN. But what about price performance? Well, look, let's not beat around the bush here. This is a graph from this morning. In fact, it's from about 3 hours ago. And I hope you can see here, this is over the time period of the launch of PZEN. And I've chosen to look at Ethereum and our good old friend Hex, because I am, after all, still a hexagon. I'm the one that produced the 400 videos. I'm the one that made millionaires, to get people into Hex. I'm the one that people write to and say, thank you so much for getting me into Hex. I'm a multimillionaire. I've got my family out of poverty. I bought a house with no mortgage. I had a young lady who, before Joe Biden said that he would forgive student debt, she borrowed $10,000 to actually invest and managed to pay off her student debt. So I kind of have a good background in being able to look at protocols and see which one does this. 2 + 2 = 5. I've done it all my life through everything that I've touched. I just know when something is right. And here we have PZEN. So you can see the figures here. I'm not even going to read them out to you, but you can see that even with the dips that we have, this is fantastic opportunity for you. Anytime you see red candles, you should be trying to accumulate. But you'll never, ever achieve the bottom of the market. Nobody knows what's going to happen. So for those of you with not huge stacks of dry powder, the best strategy always is to dollar cost average in. Pick a figure that you can afford every week and just continually keep compounding your PZEN into your wallet, and you will eventually get there. That's my shill today on PZEN. Those figures look ridiculous, and you're going to have a hard time convincing people that that is the protocol, that is PZEN. So, I have to say again, it's a possibility. The system is designed to do this. Whether it will, we don't know. It's a social experiment after all. None of us have any idea what is going to happen to anything in the crypto world. But at least you know how it is designed. So, how are we doing so far? I know you're all waiting for the drum roll for the PZEN 1.3 million giveaway, which will be coming up very, very shortly. Before I do that, do we have any burning questions in the chat? Let me see if I can see and say hello to people. Okay, I'm just going to try and scroll. Quite a few people in today. Grimmich, hello to you. Shane Lund, how to you? Austin, AWA, hello sir, how are you? Hutcho 911, hello to you. JCax, hi. Crypto Freedom, love the name. Crypto Ethos, Crypto Dust. Crypto Dust is the guy who produced the 24/7 streaming channel so you can listen to Zen music whilst your Zen balance goes up in your wallet. Love it with coffee in the morning. Serbs Boy, Daniel Weirstock, Tisme. Tisme, I'm sorry, you have to turn up the volume. Very sorry about that. I think everybody else can hear me. Jacob J. Mr. Prophet 74. No. Austin AWA 36. Wally Pisang, Nihilist 23 UK, CG 74. Mr. Prophet, love that name. Sean Freshley. Peter Hintriger, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Bob Fry, Smith Trend. Theodore Grader. Crypto Freedom, again, Petro. Yeah, the Petro dollar. Metal Gear Hex. CB, Black Eagle, Crypto Steve. Hi. CB, Joe Terry, Jolly Roger 170. Yes, love that name. Thomas Hernandez, Mr. Prophet again, Crypto Surfer, BC, In the Matrix. Yeah, we are in the Matrix, aren't we? Christopher A says, can you give me the name of your whiskey? It's not whiskey, it is rum. I'm here in my Caribbean home, so one drinks rum in the Caribbean. This is Admiral Rodney HMS Royal Oak. It is brewed as you like. It's stored in American white oak casks as it matures to give it its lovely flavor. LGS. Sean Freshley, YouTuber. Yeah, has everybody clicked like and subscribe? Yeah, again, you know, I am absolutely staggered once again how, you know, lots of new people are starting to make contact about PZEN. It's following the same sort of progression as we had in Hex, I suppose. Once people start to understand. I mean, look, PZEN is a very simple protocol. It's a very simple 30-second elevator pitch. But of course, behind the scenes, it's actually quite complicated. But don't go there. Just, you know, tell them exactly what happens. You buy PZEN, you lock it up, not in a lockup or a staking manner. You just put it in your wallet. And magically, you get more PZEN every day, every transaction. Okay, I know what you're all waiting for. This is the 1.3 million PZEN giveaway. So bear with me whilst I fuddle around with some settings to make sure that you all can see the screen. So here we go. This is very important, so you need to let me know whether you can see this or not. And immediately, you can't. There we go. 1 second. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, now let's just put that into perspective. 1 second. Very important that we get this right today. Yeah. Give me a 1 in the chat if you like, so that you can actually see all this stuff. I think that's good enough. All right, fantastic. So, are we ready? Here's how this all works. We are going to spin the wheel, and the first person today to be coming out of the machine is going to win 100,000 PZEN. Have I got that right? Yes, 100,000 PZEN. The second name to come out of the machine is going to win 200,000 PZEN. And the last name to come out of the machine, drumroll please, is going to win the massive, colossal 1 million PZEN. Can I get a 5, a number 5 in the chat room if we are excited to actually run this game? Let me see 5s in the chat room. Here they come. Andreas van Wyck, 5555, very funny. Black Eagle's done the same thing. All right, here we go. Are we ready? So the first winner for this week's huge PZEN giveaway, the first name out of the hat will win $100,000. I do hope this all works, and here we go. Okay, amazing. And the winner of 100,000 PZEN is Alma. Alma, 100,000 PZEN will be winging its way to your stated wallet address. And there'll be a slight delay this week. It'll be in your wallet on Tuesday as we conduct some final fraud checks. So there we are, our first winner, Alma, 100,000 PZEN. And now on to our second prize winner of the evening. For 200,000 PZEN, here we go. Yes, sirree. All right, Mojo Zenite, lovely name, and a well-deserved 200,000 PZEN will be winging its way to your wallet very shortly. Mojo Zenite. Now, this is it for the ultimate feel-good prize of 1 million PZEN. 1 million PZEN. I'm in a good mood today. I hope you all are. Fingers crossed. The best of luck to all our participants today. And don't forget, you're all winners anyway. But here we go. For the winner of 1 million PZEN, the first 1 million giveaway. And BC Matrix. BC Matrix. BC Matrix, I hope it's real for you. I hope you took the blue pill, because 1 million PZEN will be appearing in your wallet very shortly. And this is the real world. BC Matrix, everybody, give it up for BC Matrix. A fantastic 1 million PZEN going into BC Matrix wallet. Don't forget, we are all winners. You're all winners, because every single transaction, you get more PZEN in your wallet. There's no other protocol that is winning like this one. Now, let's keep it going. Let's keep this going. I'm feeling in a very good mood today. PZEN has done magic since the launch. It's just getting stronger and stronger and stronger. So here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give away some more PZEN. And so, for the surprise fourth winner for this week, I'm going to be giving away 800,000 PZEN to the fourth person that the machine brings up for us. 800,000 PZEN, bringing the grand total giveaway of 3.1 million this week. Here we go. For 800,000 PZEN, a big surprise winner. Oh, wow. Simon. There we go. Fantastic. Simon, you are the surprise winner of 800,000 PZEN. There we go. Wow. Excitement, fun, and everybody's making money as well. What more could you want out of your crypto asset? Well, that was a bit of fun. Hope you're as excited about PZEN as I am going forward. Clearly, we will get more eyeballs on this protocol. It will be a slow snowball effect, but it is a snowball effect. And this protocol is immutable. The code is immutable. It's going to keep running forever. And of course, we will hopefully roll on to PulseZen. On that very note, We don't know how PulseZen is going to operate. We don't know all the details at all. So we're going to have to be very vigilant, and we may have to make amendments to what it is that we're able to offer you on PulseZen. But rest assured, there are things going on in the background to make the ecosystem of PulseZen achieve more greatness on PulseZen when it arrives, which I'm sure it will do. It's been very interesting this week to see Aptos 1 launch, and of course that's been sponsored pretty much by Meta, Facebook, whatever you want to call it, Meta, what a name. Anyway, so all exciting stuff going forward. The world's economies are a bit of a worry, and I've been hearing through the grapevine things that there are plans afoot for next year that it is very likely that Jerome Powell in the US is likely to collapse the US economy, which will be absolutely dire. And I think what will happen is, just before we get over the edge of no return, I think that the governments around the world, in fact, will embark upon the only other alternative they have to a major depression. And that is to go back to a capex economy. A huge capital expenditure program will ensue. And of course, the only thing that you can be certain of is that PulseZen will just keep rolling all the way through the bear market. What else are you going to do? Where else are you going to park your money in order to protect your wealth? I surely don't know. I'm really excited about the future for PulseZen. I hope you are too. I hope you had fun. I did. Tune in for the next broadcast. Unfortunately, next Saturday, there will be no draw. We will try and rearrange for Friday. It's beyond my control. We just can't broadcast on Saturday, but we may be able to pull it forward to Friday. If not, it'll be a double whammy for the following week. So I'm Conrad Zen. Thank you so much for watching, and have a fantastic rest of your weekend. Thank you. Slanjivar, everybody.